What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have a emergency video, pretty much. Okay, I already did another video today, the siege video, but I saw this today on my stream and I had to go through it. Okay, and I had to post this today because I need to get my thoughts out as soon as possible, so I don't forget what I want to say. Okay, but basically, someone from Korea had a meeting with some of the people from COM2US, and he was actually in my Twitch chat helping me to understand some of the questions he asked and some of the answers he's got. But this is basically translated, and yeah, basically his name is Dongho, and he's been spending $15 to $25K every year, and he's mostly a siege player, but he did ask some RT questions, some siege questions, some just basic questions about balancing and stuff like that. And this opens my eyes even more to like understanding COM2US and how they do things, and it is pretty insane. Okay, I talk about the state of the game all the time and stuff like that, and we assume things all the time, how COM2US operates and shit like that. And yeah, let's just go through the questions. Okay, so first he's asking about the 1v1 format in Siege, 1v1v1 format in Siege, and saying it's too burdensome and challenging. Are there any plans for improvement? COM2US says we may continue with 1v1v1 format for a while, and there might be a few weeks of 1v1 battles before the next rotation. But can it be said that 1v1 battles are less stressful than 1v1v1? I don't think so. So he's basically saying that he knows that three-way siege is the same as 1v1. He's saying that a three-way siege is not more stressful. And I think that's not really correct at all. I think a 1v1 siege, and this is mostly for the leaders, okay? Because the leaders are the ones coordinating the siege, deciding the moves in siege, right? So it is way easier for the leaders to play a 1v1 battle, okay? It is not easy, but it is easier than a three-way. A three-way can be very stressful, especially if you're getting 2v1'd. If you have to do a 1v1 against someone, and then the third guild is winning, there's different things that will happen in a three-way siege. Where a 1v1 siege, you can have a straight up strat and play with that strat. There's no third guild to think about. You're fighting one guild. It is way less stressful. They're both competitive, but it is less stressful to do a 1v1 battle, you know? They both might be stressful, of course, but still, you cannot say a three-way battle is the same as a 1v1 battle. That's just a stupid answer. So immediately, just a very weird answer in my opinion. But yeah, next question. Are there any other alternatives? The fatigue from siege battles themselves is too severe and it becomes stressful to spend nearly 18 hours constantly monitoring the board. And then they're saying, we're considering it, perhaps introducing evaporation 1 hour after a flag is placed, or providing an advantage to the guild that captures the first stronghold could be options. So basically here he's saying that, from my understanding, once you tag a tower, because like in Siege a lot, one of your guildies will do one attack on a tower, and that tower is now tagged, right? And you can take it whenever you want in the battle. For the whole siege, you can take that tower whenever you want. Okay? So I'm guessing here they're saying that after 1 hour, if you don't take that tower, that tag that you did will not count, right? It's something they're considering to add to change up siege a bit, where you can't do the tagging anymore. Could be a fun thing to try. I'm not against it. I'm not sure what that would bring exactly, but I'm sure the strats would be a little bit different if they did that. So I'm down to see that, honestly. It's not a bad thing. But I don't think he completely answers this. But yeah, that's the answer we got. Next one. Has there been no consideration for adjustment to siege battles in the past? They answered, diagonal elements have been added and we changed to a 12-hour one-day system 2 years ago. However, we've been cautious about making further changes to siege battles since facing community backlash after previous adjustments. We wanted to gather opinions this time after realizing how challenging siege battles have become. Now, this one is very important. This one is the first very important one where they're saying how they fucked up and they got community backlash, right? Because they made a 12-hour system instead of a one-day system, you know? But if they didn't do that, how would they know that that's a bad thing, right? And then they're saying, however, we've been cautious to making changes. And you could interpret this for RT as well, for Arena, for any content. COM2US is afraid of doing things. And backlash from the community is making them not want to make changes, which is terrible, you know? Now, I might not be fully buying the we're afraid narrative because you will see a lot of these questions, a lot of these answers that they're giving, it seems like COM2US is very lazy. I've been saying this a lot, and it really seems like COM2US is just being super lazy. So the community backlash, I don't think that's the actual reason. I think the actual reason is that if they make a change and it's bad, they have to change something back or fix it. Fixing it takes effort. Goes back to the laziness, right? Where COM2US just doesn't want to deal with it, so they would rather sit and do nothing instead of trying things and trying to improve the game. Because no one really cares that COM2US fails. Rarely we will get stuck to something forever, like forever to like a failure that they made. You know, I already forgot about this, honestly. The important thing is they tried, they fixed it. It's okay, we move on, right? Next one. If you've identified the issue, wouldn't it be possible to announce them as ongoing investigations? Nowadays, other games provide small notices when issues are identified. It's burdensome to leave such notices. Again, a very stupid answer, in my opinion. Laziness, I guess. Burdensome to leave notices about the changes in the game, right? If as an example, when R5 was terrible, could they not do a notice saying, hey, we're improving R5, this and this, right? Because that's an issue in the game. COM2US never gives us any info about what's going on in the game. We never really know anything until they drop it. And when they drop it, we have to just take it. And that's it. So they're saying that it's just burdensome to do things. Like to just talk to us in general, man. Next question. In regards to Siege Defense X, Water Dozer, Wind Pumpkin, Water Valkyrie, and other attack-oriented monsters are too strong. It's not enjoyable to build a defense deck or to defend against them in terms of top-tier performance. COM2US says, It's difficult to nerf them because their performance isn't particularly strong outside of top tiers. Again, super false, stupid statement. That is like saying, well, Veronica is not strong in fighter rank, so we can't nerf it because it's just Laura is not strong in fighter rank. First of all, false. Second of all, stupid answer. Absolutely, just like, this is straight from COM2US. Like, this is from COM2US. This is not a joke. This is not 1st April joke. This is from COM2US. However, banning them on occasional, on a seasonal basis would be an option. That is cool. I would be down with that. You know? Again, pre-ban in RTA. Banning units on a seasonal basis in Siege could be cool. RTA pre-ban. Bans like that would help so much. Like, so much. And when they're saying this, I hope this also means that RTA could get some kind of a seasonal ban or pre-ban kind of thing. Hopefully, man. I mean, pre-ban's been already in the game for such a long time. So they just have to implement it into normal RTA. But yeah, this just terrible. Terrible answer. Like, it makes no sense. Terrible. It's difficult to proceed with siege battles due to the difficulty in recruiting guild members based on Korea server. However, other servers have plenty of available members. Is there any solution to this disparity? It seems challenging when only the Korean servers lack members. I'll consider it. So that's the I'll consider it answer is basically a nothing burger. A big, fat, nothing burger. Korean server is lacking people. What could they do about it? Merging Korea server with Asia server, potentially, or something like that, could be a thing with the server that's lacking members, but it's also like a good enough time zone for the Korean server. I was talking to my chat, and we felt like Asia server would probably be the best one to merge with if they want to do something like that. If they want to try to fix this issue, we thought that would maybe be a reasonable thing to do. Balance patches. Okay, balance patches taste bland. Although they're not always tasteless, waiting for balance patches every 2 months to find new enjoyment feels like waiting 4 months altogether. Are there any plans to shorten the duration of balance patches from 2 months to 1? COM2US says, I think reducing the duration of balance patches might compromise the quality. Now stop right there. Stop right there. COM2US, with this statement, is telling us that the quality of patches right now is good. And if they do them more often, they're not going to be good anymore. That is fucking wild. After getting multiple absolute garbage, nothing burger patches in a row, they're saying that those patches are quality patches. That is mind-blowing. And I'm afraid of making drastic changes with each patch again. The I'm scared narrative, where they're scared, but in reality, they're probably scared of having to do more work after they fuck up. Pretty sure that's what's happening here. Pretty sure. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. COM2US in some ways afraid of fucking up, but it's mostly because they are too lazy to make changes after fucking up. It's not the backlash from the community, because these guys have no feelings towards us. So I don't think backlash does anything. because we are literally treated like we don't exist, pretty much. That's how it is. Sometimes they do interviews with Korean people only, and that's it. So yeah, laziness, 100%. How about increasing the number of monsters receiving buffs? If unexpected areas receive excessive buffs, it can lead to overwhelming consequences. This answer came straight out of ChatGPT. Straight out of ChatGPT. Absolute nothing burger once again. Terrible. Like, this is someone, again, this is someone from COM2US talking. Wouldn't it be possible to address excessive buffs through hotfixes, or is that too challenging? I believe players would feel significant loss if monsters they invested in were buffed and then nerfed. Now, first of all, we already had this situation multiple times before. The one I remember the most, Kaki. They invested. Everyone invested. They returned what we invested. GG. That's it. You have to buff units for us to see if something is good or not. You have to release strong units for you to actually know if it's a strong unit. It's normal to release strong units. Balancing is there to help with that if something is too strong. Again, laziness. If they release too strong units, maybe they will have to balance them out quickly or hotfix them. And they don't want that kind of work, you know? They don't want that kind of work, so. But this is another just stupid answer. This is like, hotfix is something fast, bro. People are not gonna invest. What are you gonna invest? Devil Mons? Rainbow Mons to 6-star it? Like, what are they gonna invest? Hotfix happens in 1-2 days. What are people gonna invest, man? Like, I don't get it. What are people gonna invest that you can't give them back? So stupid. We already had this. People, they gave us back stuff for investing. Like, and now, look, now we have literally a follow-up. Wouldn't the affection of the game decrease if hotfixes were applied within 1-2 weeks? And if a balance patch is followed by a hotfix, can the resources used be returned? Returning resources used on a monster after a balance patch contradicts my vision for the game. It's not something I would consider. You already did this. You already did this. We had these situations where something is too OP, it gets hotfixed, and we get our resources back. We already had this. This is not something that you don't want to do because it contradicts your vision. You already did this. It's because you're lazy. Again, these answers are so bad. It's like they don't even remember that they did stuff like this. So suddenly, like, oh no, we don't do that. We never did that. That's not my vision of the game. Terrible. Terrible. Like, I still can't believe this is an actual COM2US employee / dev talking to this person, man. Like, crazy. Return to the point. As a player who both enjoys Art and Siege, I feel like I can't experience new excitements unless my monsters are buffed or meta monsters are patched. What are your thoughts on this? Everyone feels like that, and it's true. I believe the current balance is satisfactory. Oh my god. Like, when I read this, and while you may think your monsters are neglected, some buffs you might have overlooked could make them valuable. Oh my god. Oh my god. So they're telling you, fuck your LD5 that's shit for 5 years. Look, we buffed Lisa. She's valuable for you, so go use Lisa. You missed it, okay? You missed this crazy buff that we did. Oh my god, bro. Like, I'm telling you, I just completely, like, I already lost hope, but this is just making me depressed, honestly. These answers are crazy, man. And then cherry on top. Also, I observed the game for 2 seasons after a balance patch before considering hotfixes. Bro is waiting 2 seasons to do a hotfix. Do you know what a hotfix is? 2 seasons is 6 months, half a year. Half a year. Are you kidding me? But that's also not even true. Like, he's saying this, but it's also not even true. Wedget got nerfed literally in the next season, like in less than 2 months or something. So like, he's contradicting himself, but he's also like saying this stupid thing. So like, does he really think like this, or is he like, it's so stupid. It just, a lot of contradictions in this as well. Terrible, terrible. It's like, you mentioned providing buffs to monsters without players' knowledge. Shouldn't there be some indication or comment guiding us on how to utilize them? Now this one, not the greatest translation. Okay, this is translated from Korean. Not the greatest translation. He doesn't mean like shadow buffs and stuff like that. He means providing buffs to monsters without players' knowledge. He means you're not giving knowledge to people about how you should utilize this buff. In that sense, I prefer players to discover and experiment with the game mechanics. Commenting on each change would make too much job. Comments like a monster skill is too strong and needs to be nerfed seem redundant. Now, to some degree, yeah, it's cool when people find out, you know, something about a unit, right? And find their own way to use the unit. But still, it would be very nice if they could comment on why they would do a nerf or why they would do a buff and what it's designed for. It would be very nice. Now you can find a way to use it, but we're telling you, we designed this for Necro or something, right? We designed this for this. We nerfed this because of this, right? That kind of comments would be pretty cool, like, to have. But commenting on each change would make too much job. We're lazy. Fuck that. Next. Then, can't comments be provided specifically for main monsters affected by balance patches? If you're not going to put comments for all monsters, can we put it on some? It's challenging because sometimes we're testing changes up to 20 minutes before announcing the balance patch. Now, this one also took me out for a moment. I was speechless. We're testing changes. First of all, that's a lie. There's no way in hell COM2US is like working full force, testing like how this can be used and with what this can be used and how much damage this is doing when I do this, and like, no, there's no way. Like, there's literally no way. Maybe they're testing for bugs 20 minutes before announcing the patch, but COM2US does not test this much, or if at all, almost. This could also be a full-blown lie as well. Because like the amount of times we encounter bugs, which they should, I guess, see through tests. And like, we had so many times where a unit just does insane amounts of damage. So if you did the basic testing of clicking a skill and doing damage, you would be able to see that. Who remembers, like, even Kaki, I mean, but like Vampire Lord, when he came out, just one-shotting everything with skill 2. They didn't even go into a match to see how much damage he does. They probably just set up the multiplier, set up the skill, that's it. COM2US is letting us do the testing most of the time, and it's just very, very immature from like game developers to like do something like that. So yeah, this is wild. Is it not possible to apply hotfix monster balance patches during the season? Since RT is a PvP content, even slight statistical outliers could be adjusted through hotfixes. It's challenging. We analyze statistics throughout the season, from low tiers to top tiers, before making any patches. Again, like if COM2US is taking statistics from how units perform in Fighter to Guardian and they mash up everything together, that is fucking wild. Because there's such a low amount of people in Guardian compared to like the low ranks. So if they even all out together, like what are they thinking? That is the dumbest shit ever. Dumbest shit ever. Like another terrible, terrible comment. Monsters like Darkslayer, which were severely nerfed, couldn't they be hotfixed? Currently, they're not performing poorly according to our metrics. Guys, your Gurkha, he's fine. He's not fine. He's amazing. Your Jara, amazing. Your Lydia, fan-fucking-tastic. Those units don't need buffs, you know? But, you know what? We buffed Lisa, so thank me later. Okay, thank me later. And then monsters nerfed very severely, like Light Panda Warrior. Severely? Who? Severely like Light Panda. Oh my god, bro. Dark Onimusha, sure. I agree with that. Light Panda? What? Like, they don't know what they're talking about. These guys are lost. They're lost. They're absolutely lost. COM2US is not real. COM2US must be like an AI-generated company. Just, everything's just AI or some shit. What is going on? Considering that the developer liked MTG, Magic the Gathering, and eventually quit playing after the introduction of OP cards, which were nerfed after 10 months, don't you think games like Summoner's War and MTG are similar? I apologize for the issues with Light Battle. Here he means Light Battle Angel, because he was asking about the Light Battle Angel being too OP. Since then, we've become more cautious when releasing new characters. We've seen that. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Terrible. They're saying, hey, we're going to be cautious forever, and you will never get good units ever again. Until we buff them a year later. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? Terrible. Terrible work ethic. Never releasing anything good. Being too afraid. Again. Afraid / lazy. Probably lazy. Yeah. Another terrible answer. Speed leader defense is overwhelmingly dominant in siege battles, and decks without it hardly stand a chance. Is there a solution? I'll consider it. It's true. Speed leads on siege. Every defense has a speed lead. Any way to fix that? There are some ways, definitely. If you add some rules, limitations, where you can't use a speed lead on some towers, potentially. Just rules. All we need is some rules to help with that, honestly. I'll consider it. He has no idea what this guy's even talking about because he's lost. So he doesn't know what to say, obviously. But yeah, next. Main skill descriptions for monsters are more ambiguous in Korean compared to English, and there's insufficient explanation in the artifact section. I became aware of the ambiguity in skill description the first time in his balance patch, and I will supplement explanations for skills and effects that lack clarity. This one, less important, but still something he wanted to ask. They said they would do a rework for Panda Warrior Siege Bell reward, but since this is due to user complaints, wouldn't it be possible to make an announcement about it? I'm scared to make an announcement because users might have high expectations. Another one that doesn't really matter too much. And if I'm being honest with you, most of the Siege skins are same quality as this Panda skin. So I don't see much difference between this and the Covenant skin and the Molly Siege skin and the Amelia Siege skin. I think is even worse than the Panda one. They're kind of the same style as well, so don't really care that much. But yeah, they're scared. They're scared about everything, I guess. COM2US, more like scared to us. I don't know. For the opinion of the occupation battle, shouldn't we listen to the opinions of not only our guild but also lower ranking guilds? We may only think from the perspective of top tier, and fundamental issues may not be resolved, and opinions from other guild servers may also differ significantly. Wouldn't it be better to hold a meeting to gather opinions altogether? Don't you know that many other games do this a lot? Meeting users is quite daunting. Now, COM2US, you don't need to, like these guys are just weird, man. They're fucking weird. Like, why not take a bunch of content creators from all kinds of servers in all kinds of ranks and fucking invite them? And let's have a meeting. Let's all be in Korea for a week and have meetings and talk and give ideas to each other. Like, how hard is it for them to acknowledge that we are here and we're ready to listen and we're ready to spread the message to the people? You have us, the creators, to do that for you. That's the easiest way. That is the that is the 100% the easiest way for everyone to get improvements, for the game to get improvements. We're never gonna reach perfection, and that's not what we're after. But like, if you really, like, they're just saying, we don't care about you, we don't want to talk to you, we don't want to meet anyone. We do our thing, you do your thing. That is such a shit mentality. And that's kind of, honestly, I'm kind of offended by this. What do you mean meeting users is quite daunting? What do you mean? That is so weird. Like, what kind of company are you? You're scared, you don't care about your players, you don't care about your creators, you don't care about anyone, any opinions from anyone. You're lazy, you're like, what are we talking about? Is there anything good even about like COM2US at this point? If that's all, like, these comments are terrible, man. Terrible. And this is just from one random interview, man. Terrible. I thought that even during the Reloaded event, we would have a Q&A session like a meeting, but I was quite disappointed to see that it was selective. Isn't it the same as back then? I'm sorry. Is there any intention of COM2US to create a statistical site? We make statistics transparent. And for statistics like dungeon drop rates, we recommend checking SW Farm. We're afraid of errors in statistics. Also, we're not sure if users will believe us or believe the probabilities we disclose. Of course not. You had a crit rate bug for what? How many years? Of course, no one's going to trust you. I still don't trust you when it comes to res or proc rates on some units in some contents. I already know your Siege and Arena proc rates are bugged, but you don't want to go forward and talk to us about it. We know that. Because those things are written in the game. Written in the rules. Right here. Where is it? Rune. Rune set. Violent. Engrave 4 pieces. 22% chance. The chance of gaining consecutive turn will decrease by 45% from the initial 22. This is a lie. This is a blatant lie. Okay? Blatant lie. You cannot tell me this is real, and it's not real. Because then it would be such a low chance for units to take multiple procs. But again, of course I'm not going to trust you. Your statistics and stuff. Like, it's hard to trust someone who makes it super hard. Super hard to trust them. Then, couldn't you cross-validate the official COM2US statistics site? Blah, blah, blah. Passed over vaguely. Nothing burger. Boom. I've been consistently spending money on the game, but I don't understand the decision to increase the number of room packages to 12. Isn't this raising the ceiling for top-tier players? I've always purchased the room packaging and reappraisal stones every month to keep up the big spenders. Keep up with the big spenders. But now I feel like I can't keep up anymore. The room package doesn't contribute significantly to our venue, and personally felt like forcing players to purchase one more package after buying two might not be the best approach, so we changed it to 3 times a week. It was an oversight on our part. This is a man who spends up to 25k per year on this game, and he can't compete. I feel like I spent 500 a year or something. And I know people who are free to play. They don't even spend. Wild. And that's it. That's it. That's pretty much the whole interview. And all I have to say is, holy fuck, COM2US is just absolutely clueless, lazy, disrespectful towards people in general. Because I guess you have to be Korean to even have a slight chance to talk to them. And they have no idea what is good for their game. That's it. Let me know what you guys think. This is a big video. Okay? And this is big. Like, thank you to the guy who did the interview. Again, Dongho, thank you, man, for doing this, and thank you for posting this. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Stay safe. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.